Um, why did either President Obama or Vice President Biden or Eric Holder attend the Paris Solidarity March this summer?
Mm-hmm. Well, Jim, I can tell you that what was on the television screens of people across this country, and I think even across the globe, was a remarkable display of unity by the French people in the face of these terrible terror attacks. And the way that that country has come together, I do think, struck a chord and inspired people all across the world and throughout this country. It was a remarkable display. There were also a number of other world leaders who were there to participate and show their support as well. And some have asked whether or not the United States should have sent someone with a higher profile than the ambassador to France. And I think it's fair to say that we should have sent someone with a higher profile to be there. That said, there is no doubt that the American people and this administration stand foursquare behind our allies in France as they face down this threat. And that was evident throughout last week when you saw that the president's top counterterrorism advisor here at the White House was in touch with her French counterpart minutes after the report to this terror attack first emerged. You saw later in the day that the President of the United States telephoned President Hollande to not just express his condolences on behalf of the American people to the people of France, but also to pledge any needed cooperation and assistance to conduct the investigation and to bring to justice those who are responsible for those terror attacks. I can tell you that that kind of coordination that is the backbone of the strong relationship between the United States and France continues. It continued throughout the weekend, and it continues today. In fact, I can tell you that the French ambassador to the United States will be here at the White House later today to meet with Lisa Monaco, who is, as I mentioned earlier, is the president's top counterterrorism advisor.
How much higher profile do you think should have, or does the president think should have been there? Eric Holder was in the city, did television talk shows that morning. Should he have been the person representing the U.S., or at what level would the president have been satisfied with the presence?
Well, I can tell you, Jim, that had the circumstances been a little bit different, I think the president himself would have liked to have had the opportunity to be there. The fact, there were not just thousands of people at the event; there were millions. It wasn't just an arena that needed to be secured, but a large outdoor area that poses significant security challenges. I'm confident that the professionals at the Secret Service could overcome those challenges, but it would have been very difficult to do so without significantly impacting the ability of common citizens to participate in this march. And after all, what I think was so impressive about this display is it demonstrated the unity of the French people. And that is something that we are always mindful of in situations like this. Of interfering with those who are trying to attend an event, particularly when the purpose of the event is to demonstrate the unity of spirit and purpose of the people who are coming together.
This consideration of perhaps having had a more prominent presence there, is that something that just has been considered at the White House today, or was it something you considered doing on Friday when you first knew that this was going to happen?
Well, Jim, I'm not going to sort of unpack all of the planning and discussions that went into this, but I think suffice it to say there should not be, and there is not any doubt in the minds of the people in France or people around the world, and certainly not among our enemies, about how committed to a strong relationship that the United States is with France, and committed to the same kinds of values that they are. I think, in some ways, most importantly, the people who understand this best of all are the French people themselves. And I did note that the French ambassador was on television earlier today, in which he described the French people as overwhelmed by the expression of solidarity and grief from all corners of the American people, including from the highest levels of the administration.